Hey everybody, it's me, Super Paul Games. Welcome back to our personal space. The lovely, lovely game. Let's lovely times to touch your lovely parts too. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Over here on the right is Fardarella. She's at her workshop with Brennan, the usurper. And she's like, this is one of the what? I'm not even ready. Wait, this is the third one of these radios that is broken so far. I can't even, believe they sent such cheapo equipment on a space mission. Cheapo. Oh, I know. You think it had occurred to them that we can't order new parts on a whim. Shut up, Brennan. And they didn't send us very many variable resistors either. Oh, there's plenty of these fixed resistors, though. Oh, you bet you can't resistor my crotch. Oh. What? Well, that doesn't do us much good unless... What? Well, we could just use a fixed resistor instead and turn it into an on-off switch instead of a volume control. Does that mean you just couldn't control the volume? But you couldn't control the volume! No, but it's better than running out of variable resistors that we might need for a more vital system somewhere. Oh, that's great. That's great. So either you're going to turn on your radio and it's too loud, or it's going to be super fucking loud. Oh, that's true! Although we do have some resistive tape, we could probably make our own, but it would be more bulky than the original. Kind of like when Doc Brown had to make his own transistor type circuit board thing for the DeLorean in Back to the Future 3. We worked on making a small pentiometer, I don't even know what that is, out of resistive tape and metal rings, but we couldn't get it small enough, it was too big, to fit on the handheld radios, so we just had to remove the volume control. Our solutions weren't always ideal, but we did the best we could with the materials we had. That was super important to the story. From now on, you just hear the radio always. This just in! You're like, oh, it's ear raping me. Coming to a new planet and leaving behind my old job, friends, and family felt pretty lonely sometimes. I mean, of course, I had Jack off. Hey, who doesn't have Jack? And I was making some friends here, but I yearned. Do you yearn for yarn? I want to be a kitten. To feel more included of a part of a bigger thing than myself. If you eat a lot more, you can be bigger than you currently are. Bigger than just our colony. She wants to be ginormous. I decided to check out the worship services that Sister Naomi led. Oh yeah, because we spent some time this month on her spiritual stuff. We are here to come to partake of the goodness of peace. Do you think it matters what planet we are on? Of course it doesn't. I'm glad Jesus visits our planet. We all have the same access to divine inspiration and guidance no matter where we are. Now let us pray. Dear giant space monster, please eat my enemies. I hate them so much. I thought she was going to pray for us, but instead we had a few minutes of silence where everyone could pray on their own. I'm going to pour my heart out to God. I poured my heart out to God. I talked about everything that was bothering me. And then, sometimes, with Jack off, he leaves dirty underwear everywhere. God, could you take care of that? Could you, smite him or his underwear? Everything that made me happy. I like it when he puts his you-know in my you-know, God. Oh, and ask for help. I prayed that we'd be protected, that we'd make good decisions, that we would know what to do. Praying about all that helped me feel at peace. Well, that's actually pretty good, because she was really stressed out earlier. Every week she had different things to say, but she always ended up with about 10 minutes of just quiet, where people could pray or meditate or just think. I didn't always make time for the quiet moments in my everyday life, so I enjoyed this bit of peace. Afterwards, I went up to talk to her. I've been thinking a lot about what makes us human in eternity and divinity. Welcome, Father Wheeler. How can I help you? Didn't your voice just change between this and the earlier scene? Welcome, Father Wheeler. How can I help you? What should I call you anyway? Pastor? Reverend? Well, you call me Sister Naomi. Well, I'm not a nun of any religion, you know what I mean. I like to get some, I like to emphasize that we are all like children. Sometimes we poop ourselves, and that's okay. When it comes to spiritual matters, we're childlike, and all part of the same human family. Except for those goddamn beavers. I hate them. Okay, Sister Naomi, what exactly do you do here? Well, when people get questions about what they should do or what to believe, I tell them what to believe. Sometimes it's helpful for them to have a guide, and I'm like, don't you be worshiping your calendar. That just, makes noodles less watery. Since there are people of many different faiths here on Talaam, I try and guide them in a way that is helpful for their religious backgrounds. She's had a different voice every episode. But what do you believe? Is that really the question you should be asking? Huh? What do you believe? What would her belief system be? What has she been like up to date? She's been opinionated. She's been a jerk. She's been, I don't know. She hasn't really said anything so far that has really led me to believe she was like God-fearing or God-non-fearing. I think we're gonna go with the kind of more rational. I don't think it. No, we're gonna let her have strong beliefs. Why not? She's very creative. She's really in touch with that stuff. I thought a lot about religion and spirituality, and I have, for my own reasons, my own beliefs. But I still want to learn from others and their experiences. It's good to want to learn, May I suggest learn about some of the main religions people here on Talaam have? Except for, Jerky the jerkwad. He worships his poop. Don't be worshipping the poop god. He's pretty shitty, let me tell you. And let your experiences here guide you further. I would like to learn more, yes. Did you say Merlin? We can learn about Merlin. No, I didn't. Merlin? No. I have several books you can borrow if you like, but as you study, listen with your heart as well as your mind. Read as if the writer's speaking to you. Fardarella, about your own life. Perhaps you will find some truth that you need. Just if you read some of the Old Testament, don't start smiting the rest of the farmers. Please don't. Please don't start killing firstborns. Especially not me, I'm a firstborn. One day after dinner, I noticed Jack off rubbing. Oh, what are you rubbing? Oh, his shoulders and grimacing. Like the grimace with Ronald McDonald? I was going to see Batman. Do you remember that episode of Batman when Grimace was on there? Hi, Ronald. And then the Joker cut his head off? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm just really sore from all the digging I've been doing lately. More like jacking off, jack off. Want me to rub your shoulders? Wow, she became nice. Yeah, I'd love that. Oh yeah. I started off gently. His muscles were so tight, like my, lady parts. I was amazed that he could move it at all, like my lady parts. I gradually kneaded harder, like my lady parts, trying to tell what sorts of massages he likes. He needs a deep tissue massage if he's that tight. Oh man, that feels good. Sometimes he would make a sort of painful grunt to let me know he didn't like that, what I was doing. But he would always sigh with contentment. Jizz in my pants. With content, when I hit a particularly tense spot. I noticed his smell, too. Is he farting as you do that? Gently releasing farts as you hit the right spot. There was a hint of horse. Ew! He smells like horse shit. But mostly he smelled like fresh dirt and hard work. To finish off the massage, happy ending? Oh, I massaged his neck and head. I could tell he really enjoyed it. Now it's your turn to get me massaged. Really? Are you talking about shoulders or... Oh, lady, you're incorrigible. I'll massage anything you like, you little butt bag. Why don't you start with the shoulders and we'll see what happens? He copied what I'd done earlier and gave me quite the massage too. It was so relaxing to just sit and do nothing while he took care of all my tense muscles. Let me tell you a really shitty story, and I apologize. I have a problem with my wrist because for years I was an animator and just I'd work 12, 14 hours a day, so my right wrist is pretty shot. You're like, that's why it is. It's because you were jerking off, jerk off. No, the main character's a jerk off, not me. Hey, I resemble that remark. I know you do, friend. And so, like, when I want to hang out with a pretty lady, and I'm like, you like a massage? They're like, yeah, I can do it for a minute, and then my wrist is all in pain. I'm like, done. They're like, unsatisfied, in the bedroom and on the couch. You take such good care of me. We take good care of each other. Did he massage his lady parts, her lady parts, though? I need to know. Jackoff was usually pretty optimistic, but lately he seemed more quiet and withdrawn. I figured he just had a lot on his mind. He's probably thinking about the horse. How was your little vacation with Sarah? Oh, when they made the salt? Vacation? Not really. Dr. Lily got stung by some weird jellyfish creature, and we scraped guano, poopies, off the rocks for her. I don't know. It just sounds fun to get away from everything here for a change. You know what? I don't blame Jackoff. Since we've come to this planet, I don't think he's left the farm once. He's working like 1,000,000-hour days. Well, you should have come with us. Fardarella, he's just trying to protect the crops. It was harvest season. I didn't have time then, but I could have done it if you'd waited a week until after the harvest was over. Well, we can go again if you really want to. Dr. Lily could always use more guano. No, I really shouldn't leave the farm. Jack off, come on! You got a chance, you're not going to live forever. Well then, what's the big deal? It's not like it was a big fun vacation. I had to go get some more salt. I feel like you're always busy. Whenever I want to talk to you, you're off somewhere else. What? I'm at home all the time. And when I am home, half the time you're doing farm stuff anyway. You spend more time with those damn hoes in the barn than me. I gotta hold the field. Yeah, that's what they all say. You know, I never get to talk to you. You got plenty of time for Sarah. Aw, that's cute, they're jealous. Well, she's my best friend. Shouldn't your husband be your best friend? She's your best friend? What is going on with you? This isn't really about Sarah, is it? No, it's... I missed you when you're gone, okay? Well, then why didn't you just say so instead of being a dummy and turn it into an argument? I'm sorry, Fardarella. I'm always the one that messes up. I'm so sorry. Well, we only have one choice, saying we're sorry, too. Yeah, I'm sorry, too. Why do you have makeup sex? It's just, a lot of things went wrong today, okay? It was not a good day. Like what happened? Well, the tractor broke down today, and it took me a few hours to figure out what was wrong and fix it. That meant I didn't have time to go clearing out the old radish and spinach field, which means I'm behind on planting the next things. Then the mayor wants to report on how all the crops are coming, and it's going to take a while to prepare it, when I really should be working on actually growing food. Isn't that just like the government? You want to just make money, provide food and shelter for yourself, and the government's like, can you waste 80 hours today doing this pointless paperwork? Fuck you, government. You do have a lot going on. Why don't we murder the mayor and have a revolution? Is there some way I can, is there someone who can help you? Fardarella, you're here, help him. I can do it all, I need... Sexual healing? What do you need? I kind of need you. Aw. Here I am, here for you and loving you, stinky balls. We held each other for a long time. I held his stinky balls. I felt there was so much I wanted to say. I tried to put it all onto the hug, my hug, and strengthen him and help him. We made it through another month on Talaam. Hopefully that brought us together more. We should have offered to help in the fields or something. Oh, look at that heart meter. Oh, man, poor Jackoff is all tired. 12 months till the shuttle arrives. Let's see our colony messages. Has anyone seen Josephine? She went outside to play a few hours ago. She didn't come in for dinner. She hasn't been to our farm all day. I ain't seen her like in town or not in the sad phase. I saw her walking home from school with her siblings, but that was like much earlier in the day. Oh, I don't have a voice for her. I'm afraid it was only a matter of time with the lack of supervision she's been subjected to. Holy crap, Julia. If Natalie's kid is dead, and you were just like, it was just a matter of time because you don't pay attention to your kid, not that, what? No, that is not the time to say that. That ain't helping anything, Julia. How about you shut your giant cunt hole? How long has this girl been missing? Raul says she's been stayed out by herself when he came in to do homework, but that was 4 hours ago. She's awfully young to be out on her own in the dark for so long. Oh, really, Mayor? Really, Mayor, dumbass? Oh, a little kid's gone in the dark. Maybe that's bad. Why do you think Natalie is messaging everyone, you moron? Quit wasting our time with idiot farm reports and be like, oh, maybe something's bad. Ugh. If we drown the mayor, the collective intelligence level of the group of the colony is going to go up. Where was he? Anyone who can, please meet at the Perrones and we'll organize the search. Thank you, Mayor. Man, I hope they found that kid. Alright, we're going to focus on work. We're going to do skill progression-wise. Okay, you got some spiritual. Man, I either want to go knowledge or physical. Let's get physical. Physical. I wasn't even going to pick that, but I was like, oh, I have to. And we'll spend more time with Jack off. Maybe we should spend some time alone. We'll spend more time with Jack off. If he's tired again next time, we'll give him some alone time. With 13 of 25, we are over the halfway point when this month is done. I worked hard as usual at work. Words. Difficult. Reading. Hard. Hard as bonus. On boner day, on the boner parade, I decided to do some exploring. Here I was, living on a completely new planet, and all I had ever seen was the town and my own little farm. There was the ridge to the south, so I decided to hike over the top and see what was there. Is it going to be like that Outer Limits episode, and there's a whole nother city there? The whole time you were on Earth! Over there is, Phoenix, Arizona. The ridge was steeper than it looked, but I was able to scramble up to the top. From the top of the ridge, I could see all the way to the town to the north. To the south was a vast expanse of wild rolling hills with sparse shrubs and trees. I wish they were really rolling hills, where the hills rolled like tumbleweed. Holy shit, everything's being crushed! And as the ridge descended before me, at its base I could see a grove of trees. Grover? Near! Far! I can't do impressions. That looked out of place. I hate Elmo. There must be water there. Sure enough, the stream that ran through the valley formed a pond that the trees drew from. As I descended the slope, the fragrant smell of new plants reached me. At the bottom, the shade and cool water looked inviting and calm. Come swim in us. Whew, I've been hiking for almost 2 hours now. Time for a break. I took off my shoes and socks and dipped my feet in the water. The rocks at the bottom were a little slimy with a strange magenta substance that I assumed was algae, but it still felt good. I don't know if this is a good idea. I mean, I know this is like a little pond and not the ocean, but you're by yourself and you don't know what the creatures here are like. I sat down on a rock and took a long drink from the water I brought. The pond was so familiar and yet so distinct from anything I'd seen on Earth. I felt like I had to draw it, so I took out my sketch pad and got to work. When I had rested long enough, I started to bring my legs out of the water. However, they were completely numb. They weren't just cold, they weren't tingly, like, They weren't just cold, and they weren't tingly like they had fallen asleep. It felt more like some kind of anesthetic, or anesthesia. Good thing you didn't go swimming in there, you'd be dead, woman. That might be good for medicine, though, if there's free anesthesia. I had to use my hands to pull my legs out of the water. I noticed some black spots on them, but when I tried to wipe off the spots. Hopefully they're not leeches. It's not mud. Are these some kind of leech? You're a leech. I was able to pry it off, and sure enough, they were attached to my skin with little jaws just like leeches. They must secrete some kind of anesthetic. There must have been 20 or 30 on my legs, and by the time I had removed them all, the sun was setting. When I tried to stand up, my legs wobbled, and I splashed back in the pond! Don't die! Don't die! We didn't get this far for you to die! Fardarella! Fardarella, get your shit together! My legs! Too numb to walk! Luckily, I'd brought my radio with me, so I decided to try and call for help. Can anyone hear me? Over! Can anyone hear me? I'm at the South Ridge and I can't walk! Please help! Leeches are eating me! I repeat, this is Fardarella. I'm stuck past the South Ridge. Can anyone hear me? I guess no one can hear my radio transmission. I kept trying to move my legs, and finally I managed a slow sort of crawl away from the pond. It was impossible for me to enjoy the glowing sunset. All I could think of was getting out of there. Fardarella! 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 I'm here. Keep talking to me. I'm coming. Could you get me, too, when you're done coming? Ah, you know what I mean. I couldn't see him, but I could hear his voice. He sounded like he was on the other side of the ridge. I can't move very well. It's okay, I'll come get you and I'll take you home. I'm a horse! He rode me here the whole way! He rides me better than you! What? I love him! I saw Jack up appear on the top of the ridge. He was riding Letty, his eyes scanning the landscape fiercely until he finally saw me. Before I could even explain what had happened, he hopped off and ran to me. He held me so tight that I could barely breathe. I'm suffocating. I'm still here, even if you can't see my face. You're safe now. Thanks for coming. I was worried some vicious alien animal was going to come gobble me up, and I've already been nibbled on one too many times this evening. Don't worry, Fardarella, the only thing that's going to be gobbling you up now is me. He nibbled on my ear playfully and set me on Letty. I told him all about the leeches. Well, if you ever have kids, be like, don't swim in the death pond. After I'd cleaned up and my legs were functioning again, I fell asleep. But the next morning, Jackoff wanted to talk. That's usually not a good sign when somebody's like, I think we need to talk. I don't think it's a good idea for you to go hiking by yourself anymore. You know what? Why don't we... This could become a giant fight. It could be like, fuck you, don't tell me what to do. But why don't we... He's wanted to be included. Why don't we just ask him to come next time? I want to come with you. Want to come with me next time? We can take a picnic. Sure, just as long as I don't have to share you with the pond creatures. Aww. Yeah, that would suck. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, how about you suck my cock? What? Oh. I like how he got it. It took him a little bit to get it. Sorry, that was a bad joke. I was afraid for a moment, though, that she was going to die. I really was afraid she was going to die. We watched a movie together. It was pretty good, but the ending was terrible. See, what they needed was to have the girlfriend show up, back up at the end. Leading a horde of zombie warriors? Oh, that would have been so much better. And what about the pterodactyl? They didn't even do anything with that. I hate when you watch a film and they do that. I know. I kept thinking someone was going to ride it. I wish somebody would ride me, if you know what I mean. I thought it was going to turn out to be a cyborg pterodactyl. That would have been awesome. Would have shot lasers out of his eyes and would be like, pew, pew, I'm a mother dinosaur. Sometimes talking about the movie is more fun than the actual movie itself. It's true. When you're sharing a movie or something with someone you love, especially Twinkies. Speaking of which, I do like Twinkies. I'm just throwing that out there. I hadn't thought about it much before, but we didn't have a lot of laws here on Talaam. I know, you can fuck a monkey, nobody's going to stop you. Some things just didn't apply, like taxes, food regulations, etc. 420 all the times. But I remember signing something about agreeing to abide by a set of laws that sounded very reasonable. It never seemed like something I would have to worry about until I had to be on the jury for a manslaughter trial, that is. Dun, dun, dun. That's a cliffhanger. That's where we're going to leave it. Next time, we're going to see about Fardarella and the trial for manslaughter. I hope Sarah didn't kill anyone. Hopefully Brennan's dead. If Brennan did it, guilty! I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. I'm really having fun with this. I know I've said it before in other videos. If you would like to play this game yourself, and it's really cool, there should be a link in the description. Adios.